I thought it would be cool to take a quick peek through the Old Republic Encyclopedia. As Star Wars Expanded Universe fans, we have a tendency to want to represent on our bookshelf pieces of the EU that don't have a novel or some other piece that's easily put on the bookshelf. So we have a couple of options for the Old Republic. We have the novels of that era, but we also have the Journal of Master Nostoral, which we all know about. That is some nice paper. Great photos, coded pages. It's from Master Nostoral's perspective about the early days of the war. It's got a nice ribbon bookmark. Comes with a special edition of the game. But this bad boy, obviously I don't play the game, so this was my solution for getting up on the lore a little bit. And was it worth it? I'm gonna say not really. To even find an affordable copy, I had to get a somewhat beat up copy of it. It's still a nice book. And then I did eventually go on YouTube and watch the whole campaign playthroughs for the series, or for the game, and all its expansions on YouTube. And that's a better option for consuming the lore of this era. This encyclopedia only covers the base game release, and I believe some of the Hutt Cartel expansion. Still a really nice book. And the first few pages are really great. Really great because we get this great timeline leading up to this era of Star Wars. We get the reign of the Infinite Empire, before the dawn of the Jedi era, founding of the Republic, and some of the events on this timeline are broken down in more detail a little bit into the book. The 100-Year Darkness, Rise of the Sith, the birth of the Emperor, the Great Hyperspace War from Tales of the Jedi, and then we weave the new lore from this game with the Sith Emperor into those events. We get the Mandalorian Wars, and then the Knights of the Old Republic games and the events of those games with the corruption of Revan and Malak, going into the events of Knights of the Old Republic 2, and we get the events of the Revan novel here, all the way up to the beginning of the game. And then the book is broken down into several big sections that, for the most part, explain what the campaign playthrough is for that character class. We have the Jedi Order. Usually in the beginnings of these sections, we get some good lore. I'm sure all the stuff we're seeing would make a lot more sense to someone who's played the game. I think that's Scourge. Oh goodness. It's a great piece of art from Tales of the Jedi era, I think, right? Yeah, Ludo Kresh. Oh, the old glue comes undone eventually. Oh, look at that guy. And we get a section on the Hutt cartel. And then we get a large section on species. And then planets after that. And that's the bulk of the book. I do like to see the Gree here. I mean, I know they're in the game, but these are characters that were introduced in the adventure journals. I think we have Killick somewhere in here. That is a cool looking Salonian. Drawl. Planets. You know, a really nice book if it's not all beat up like mine is. It's a little disappointing, but I was not about to pay $400 for this book. I bought it for significantly less than that. I have not checked what it goes for recently. So all these planets our planets that play a big role in the game would appear. Typhon. Well, there you go, people. Now you don't have to buy it.